ready? It's the Roundtable with me, Robert Bannon.
Merry Christmas! Happy New Year! We are here for the last Roundtable of the year. Yes, happy 87th Roundtable with the other shows and the Roundtable talks and all the stuff that we do. We are here for 160 plus hours this year of this. And I'm so excited you're here. Hi, welcome everybody to the last show of the year. I am your little elf. Look, smiling is my favorite. Hey. Hello, everybody. Hi, Mom. Hi, Lots of Lattes. Hi, Mike Melfa, who celebrated his big birthday this week. Happy birthday, Mike Melfa! Hoo. And happy holidays, Mom. And happy holidays, Christine. Welcome to anyone new tuning in. We are actually live for the very first time on Instagram. This StreamYard has found a way that now you can be watching us live on my Instagram page at Robert M. Bannon, or you can be watching us live over on the Roundtable Instagram page. So, hey, everybody watching for the first time. I'm excited to have you here. Welcome to the last show of the year. We will be back. Hey, we will be back with brand new shows on January 4th, but we're taking the next week off to enjoy our holidays. January 4th, we'll be back with Courtney Reed, who stars in Moulin Rouge right now on Broadway, and we'll have a whole bunch more stuff, fun stuff coming up for you in the new year. Lots of big names and guests and excitement. Are you ready for it? I'm ready for it. And are you ready for the holidays? No matter what you celebrate, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy New Year, Happy just a day off, because thank you, Lord in heaven. I need it. And I'm excited for everybody who's joining us here tonight for the very first time. Well, we have Julie Benko, the star of Harmony. She's here. She's got a brand new EP that's out, and she's fabulous and fantastic. And my musical theater students got to ask her questions. You're not going to want to miss it. Plus, the returning fan favorite, the one and only Kalen Allen, joins us. He comes to us to talk about all things pop culture, The Color Purple movie, Beyonce, meeting the first lady at the White House, and all sorts of fun stuff. So I'm excited for everyone to be here. If you're watching us, we just send some love, prayers, and good vibes to our friends, Lots of Lattes. Janelle, we are praying and wishing you well for your family and giving lots of love and energy to your brother out there tonight. Make sure you say a prayer for the Lattes families, for Janelle tonight and this holiday season. All right. Are you ready? Here's my weekend review. Go team, go. Go team, go. Go team, go. Hit the right button this week, Robert. Well, we had I'm taking this off. Are we done with this hat? It's cute. Oh, my hair. We had a great, you know what's funny about so I went to get my hair cut, and I went into the barber shop, and I was sitting there with Benji, who has cut my hair for the past few years. Oh my Lord. And he said to me, so the other day, a lady walked in and she tried to buy a gift card. This is from Mike Melfa. It's got 4 beads on it because I'm 40. And then this was a student who put unfinished business on my bracelet. So I walk in and he says, my mother, he says, a lady came in and asked for a gift card. And I said, who's the client? And she said, Robert Bannon. And I instantly was like, oh God, who is this? Who went into the barbershop? And he said, are you Mrs. Bannon? And my mom went in and paid for my haircut. Hold on, I need good lighting. I'm like Mariah Carey. Who do you think? This is 40. Okay, so, it takes 10 years and 10 pounds off my face. So my mom gave me my haircut. So thank you, Mom. That was the cutest, sweetest gift ever. There's me and Benji right after the haircut. So we sent it to her to prove that he actually did do right, because make sure that she went in. But so there's my mom just going in there. It was the best gift. Samantha, now I know why all those years you asked for your hair, because it was so much fun to not have to pay for it. So that was that fun thing. Oh, hot take. Before I continue, here's the hot take of the week.
It's smoking.
So while we're chatting and you're hearing my nonsense, tell me your New Year's resolutions. Do you have any? Do you believe in them? I don't. No way. I don't do resolutions. No. I don't do resolutions. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, moms. Thank you, moms. My mom says that I'm the best ever, but she has to say that. So tell me your New Year's resolutions and comment in the chat. Is it, are you trying to lose weight? Are you trying to get a better job? You trying to get a man? What is your resolution? What do you want this year? Make it happen. Tell me while we're going through this. So I also had such a good time with a bunch of other fun stuff that happened as well. Let's go back to that because before I forget my stuff. My brother's birthday was, did you see this? This is me and my brother when we're young and stupid, and now we're old and stupid. And Mike's birthday, all the Sagittariuses. I have a lot of Sagittariuses in my life. So we definitely have that. We had a good week this week. I went over to see Billy Joel with my father. Mike said all of the above. Almost. What, another man? Okay, look, Mike, I'm not. Look, who am I to judge? Maybe tomorrow you change your mind. Janelle says hard no to the. That's right, Janelle. But I want to know yours. So, Mom, I know you have one. Sam, I know you have a. Christine, Abby, whoever's listening and watching this right now, what are your resolutions? I need to know right now. So, we went to see Billy Joel. My father got tickets for his vendors, gave tickets to him, and me and him went. And, you know, Greg loved a meal. Here he is getting his little crudité, a little crudité platter over at Madison Square, at Madison Square Garden. Yes, come on, crudité. Hey, with the crudité. And we had a good time, and we sang some fun Billy Joel songs. Did you see the video? Here, let me find it. It's cute. It's a cute moment. Take a peek. You know, gotta love Billy Joel at the Garden. You only have till June to see him, so it was definitely fun, and we had a great time. So I had a good time for sure. And we the rest of the week I went and saw 2 plays this week. I had a great time over at Pearly Victorious with Leslie Odom Jr. Woo! This show is bananas. This is deep, funny, brilliant acting by this cast and crew. We'll have some of the cast with us in January. And then Mike and I went and saw How to Dance in Ohio, which is cute and adorable. And I hope you could check it out with a cast of performers and artists that are proving that you can do anything, really. So make sure you check out a Broadway show today. Go out and catch one and see one while you can. And my students, we wore sweaters and we watched Elf today. And my NJ PAC students, we had parent share where the parents came, and I am directing Mean Girls Junior for New Jersey Performing Arts Center next year in my free time. In all of my free time, which is plenty, I'm going to direct my first piece, Mean Girls Junior, with the NJ PAC family. I'm very excited about that. So we'll have all the hijinks and hilarity to come from all of this accoutrement through the years here, for sure. Yes. Adrian says the show is brilliant. Adrian, welcome to the show. You need to tell us your New Year's resolution or you get kicked out. And yes, that is very fetch, Mike. So clever. See, you know this. You must have seen the movie, and the musical is coming out. So we're very on trend. We're very on brand here. Very. Christine says the New Year's resolution should be we should take more time for self-care. Who you telling, Christine? I hear that. Did you know we learned today in the pre-show that Christine is a drummer? You think you know somebody? Amazing stuff. All right. So if you got a New Year's resolution, share it away. Kalen Allen's about to be here, and so is Julie Benko. So hold on to your hats. And it's time for the shameless plug. But you knew that already.
'Cause I'm shameless.
Well, friends, the shameless plug is here. And as you know, there's no shows to promote. Thank you, Lord in heaven. But I did have a really good time. I want to thank my friends over at Broadway World. I don't know Nathan Johnson. He reviewed my show. He said that I'm a masterclass in joy, and was very sweet. That's a very overwhelming review. It was very sweet. He said that my show made the Grinch heart grow. And he said that I'm like a real life Cindy Lou Who, which I think is now on my resume. So if you wanted to know more about it, we'll be back there next December, but you can get a sneak peek of it with my single Don't Save It All for Christmas Day, which is streaming now wherever music is streamed. It's a cover of the Celine Dion song, and the Broadway world says I do Celine proud. So it's true, it's in writing. Boom, does Celine proud. So if you want to check it out wherever music is streaming or you listen to it, you can definitely check that out. And also, we are 80 something episodes up on the Broadway Podcast Network. So if you want to watch us on the Broadway Podcast Network, all of these interviews, if you are a podcast person, you can go to BroadwayPodcastNetwork.com, or you can always go to robertbannon.com where you can get all this information. They go right up there. They're automatically uploaded onto that page. And I'm nominated again. And I am not doing it like last year. I'm not going to annoy people. I'm like in third place. I'm excited. I'm grateful for people who sit through that god-awful website, who click next 550 times, who get stuck in like number 42 when I'm 106 categories. What we're talking about is the Broadway World Awards. I am nominated for Best Vocalist. I am grateful to be in this category of Jennifer Holliday, Adam Pascal, both people who have stolen my career, both people who have been on this show, both people that Mike Melfa has taken to CVS. All of them are on there. And if I have to take fourth place to Adam and Jennifer, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. The real trick is I was going to make my students vote for me, but the school server blocks it. So that's the secret, folks. Now you know all my secrets. So get out of my head. Maybe Jonathan Bennett will come. Jonathan Bennett, like the Lifetime guy? Oh, he's from Mean Girls. Oh, he's the gay Lifetime guy. Also stole my career. Adrian says my New Year's resolution is to do the Disney 5K and maybe a 10K, but at Disney. That's fun. That is super fun. I like that. That's a good one. You could do 5K tomorrow. Well, Hallmark movies, not Lifetime. Thank you. Thank you. Mike says he only took Jennifer Holiday to CVS. Pascal prefers Walgreens. Oh, I hate this show. You all condone my behavior. So yes, so good. That's a good. Hey, just do the 5K or the 10K or the 20K. Just walk. Just keep walking and give me 5K. And I'm stuck on Jennifer Holiday again. That was a moment in my life that will never let live down. Let's talk about hey friend. Hey, oh my goodness gracious. I don't even drink. Can you imagine?
I'll be there for you. How you doing?
It sure is. We have a friend of ours who has a brand new Christmas album. It's instrumental. And if you are having a dinner party and you're having a Christmas Eve festivities and you are having that at the Vitalis, like Adrian is, or if you're having that with the Melfa family's aunt, or if you're with Christine and the family she works with, or if you're with Lattes, or if you're with my mother, who will be with me, isn't she lucky? Michael Orland has a brand new Christmas album. Happy Christmas album, Michael Orland. Happy holidays, it's called. It's him playing the piano, and it's really beautiful, and his piano playing is so good, and he's so much better than he thinks he is. He gives himself such a hard time when you work with him. Stream the Michael Orland Christmas album out wherever you are. It's great when you're at a Christmas party, or if you're having a cocktail, or if you're having a moment with somebody, or you're at your work function not getting a bonus. Then you can get a moment with the Orland, and it's really great. I also want to thank, while we're here, a big shout out, huge, don't mess with me, because I have a lawyer, and my lawyer is a monster. That's right. My friend, my entertainment lawyer, David Manella. That means I can't afford him anymore. He is the Variety Deal Maker of 2023. Come on, David. David and his husband, Oliver, are my friends. David got me out of a bad record deal. David works with Ben Affleck and Matt Damon and is a Broadway producer, and he is the Variety Deal Maker, which means I can't afford his hourly rate anymore. But I'm so proud of him. So congrats to David. And we are on it here. Let's go, people. Let's go. Hi, Jen. Jen is here. Hi, Jen. Jen is North Bergen. She owns the pizzeria right by Veneris, right at the turn where it goes like, whoop, perfect pizza. And you know the turn? Well, if you're not from North Bergen, you don't know the turn. But there's a Perfect Pizza, everybody. Go to Perfect Pizza. Tell us that the Roundtable sent you Merry Christmas to you and your family. I think that's it. What else did I do? I went to the tree. Did you see me and Darius? Darius is giving gifts out right now. His mom is a pastor and runs one of the Salvation Armies in Detroit, and it is their toy drive, and they give out turkeys and toys. And we went to the tree. Here's the tree. He's as tall as the tree. He's like 186 feet tall. And I hope you get to the tree. It's fun. It's beautiful. It's festive. And Jen says, thank you, hon. I was there today waiting for Santa in Richmond Park. Oh, yes, on the fire truck. Yes. Sam has a lot. A lot of what? What did I say? She's just a lot. You know? Oh, he is very loving and sweet. He sure is. He gives a lot of stuff away. Oh, like toys? I hear you. Give the toys away. Oh, you gave goodies to Santa. Was he on the fire truck? I love that. You know, that's a Jersey thing. They don't do, I'm talking too much. They don't do that. Oh, that's funny. She has a lot of resolutions. Sam has had a lot of resolutions since I'm 16. She always has them. Does she follow them? See, that's why I don't do resolutions. Just take it a day at a time. Mike he's got all of the above too, except mostly. He did not come back yet. He didn't come here yet either because you'd hear him because the dog would be freaking out. Listen, Kalen Allen is from The Ellen Show. Kalen Allen is an influencer. Kalen Allen is freaking funny. Kalen Allen is my cup of tea. Kalen Allen lives in Jersey City, and I want to go have a cup of coffee with Kalen Allen, and I want to kiki it up with Kalen Allen. When I was thinking of the best way to end this year, I could not think of someone more fun, happy, and bright than the one and only Kalen Allen. So when I had the chance for him to pop in, I took my lunch break in Miss Delgado's room down the hallway because she has fun doors behind her, and I chatted with our guest. He is a good time. So be prepared to laugh. Kalen Allen is here. Kalen Allen! You know, one of our favorite people that has ever been on this show. We celebrated Pride with the one and only Kalen Allen. He has a new Christmas single. He has all the hot takes. We're going to break it all down to end this year with all things merry and bright. Kalen Allen back here on the round table.
Happy holidays!
Happy holidays! Does this feel like the longest year ever? Are you exhausted?
I am completely depleted. I am, you know, it's so crazy. Yesterday, I don't know, but I to be honest, I feel like I get like this every single year. I feel like when December comes around, you know, the industry slows down, the world slows down. Anytime I get to this point of the year, I'm like, all right, I'm ready to wrap it up. I'm exhausted.
You have had a crazy, fantastic year. I mean, you've been on all the red carpets at all the parties and all the looks, giving us all this face and fashion and all of it. I have some highlights recently. Would you like to take a look back at some moments that I dug up?
Let's see.
What? I mean, I didn't go that far back. I mean, I saw you and Miss Ross at the MetLife Stadium in your silver. Yes. I saw you all just doing your thing, but I was a little gagged at this moment.
Oh, my time at the White House with Dr.
Not
Biden.
You at the White House with Dr. Jill Biden.
Mm-hmm.
What is it like?
So that was my second time at the White House. It's pretty crazy. I was doing VidCon in October in Baltimore. And before we did VidCon, I got an email. They were like, the White House would like to invite you to just come and hear about the things that they're doing in the digital space because they really admire your content. And I was like, okay, great. And so I went to the White House. I got a tour. They took me through the West Wing. Like, it was so exclusive. It was absolutely great. And then the holiday reception came along, and then I got the other invite, and they were like, we would love to come. Dr. Biden would love to meet you. Come on down to the White House for a holiday reception. I said, oh, baby, I'm going to be there. But it was absolutely amazing. You know, it was so crazy. I think what I am really blessed by is, you know, after Ellen ended, I was a little nervous. I was like, am I going to be able to sustain and forge my own way in this industry that's going to take a lot of work and a lot of dedication. It's going to take a lot of strong people on my team. Do I have the capacity to be able to do that? And I think the fact that I still get to be invited to things such as that is just very humbling for me to know that I'm doing something right.
What, we love you. We
Oh, well,
love
thank
you. I was literally going to have a poll for our audience. If I get Kalen Allen to say hello to my partner, does that mean I have to buy him a Christmas gift?
Oh
Because
my gosh.
because we love you. We love what you represent, and that you are just joy personified. And we root hard for the whole Kalen Allen experience.
Oh, well, thank you.
And while you're here celebrating this holiday season, you're single when Christmas comes to town.
Yes.
With Deontay Goodman, it's gorgeous. Your vocals are gorgeous. Tell
thank
us
you.
why this song? Why now?
Okay, so this is the truth about that song. There is actually a Christmas album that is recorded and done, that I've done a full album. And originally that song was a part of the album. And then I decided, so I did a Netflix Christmas movie that comes out next year. And when I found out that it was not coming out to next year, I said, well, then the Christmas album can't come out to next year. So I pushed the album, but I was like, but I still want to give something because we worked so hard on all these songs. And I was like, I think a song that is so special to me on this work is When Christmas Comes to Town. I have adored that song ever since I was a kid watching the Polar Express. And I was like, I want to reimagine it. A lot of people don't do the song. And so I called Deontay. I said, will you do this duet with me? And we got an all live band. We came up with the arrangement. We went into Berkeley Studios here in New York, which is where they they record a lot of the Broadway original cast recordings there. And I just really wanted to do something. I love the holidays.
Yes, and you are, when we think of the holidays, When Christmas Comes to Town, it's streaming right now. So make sure wherever you listen to your music, you put out Christmas music. You have a whole Christmas album coming out next year with this. So you're preparing already for the next year holiday season. And God knows what's going to happen this year. Only amazing, great things for you. We're excited. Your voice is gorgeous.
Oh, well, thank you so much. Thank you. I've been singing my entire life. It's not something that I do a lot anymore, as I just mainly do acting and stuff like that. But will always be my first passion.
Well, speaking of Christmas and all things Christmas.
Didn't you do a song too?
I did.
You did. Actually, you did one of my favorite songs. You did. Don't Save It All for Christmas Day, right?
I'm done.
Yes.
Don't have Kalen Allen up and looking up my.
Yes. Well, what's so funny about that is So first of all, I've listened to Celine's album over and over again, right? So I've heard that song, and then this year, for some reason, I came across the song again, and I guess I finally really listened to the song, and I was just like, this is a masterpiece in lyrics and what it stands for. And then I went back and then I listened to Avalon's version, and Celine just basically copied everything that Avalon did on her song. But I was like, this is one of the most beautiful Christmas songs in the world. So I love that you did it.
Thank you. It takes stupidity to try to sing Celine Dion.
Honey, listen, it's all about the message and what you are trying to convey to the people. You know what I mean?
Thank you. That means so much to me. Again, back to my Darius out there in Detroit, who's Kalen Allen's fan club here, sent me this song when we first met. He loves Christmas, and he was like, these words are beautiful. And I just always kept it close to my heart. And then I never thought too much about, people are going to listen to this. They listen to Celine. It's one of the best Christmas albums of all time. Don't compare my vocals to the queen that is Celine.
Honey, listen, like I said, I tell everybody, especially when you are an artist, at the end of the day, everybody has their own talent. Everybody has their own gift, but you were given that gift and that talent and that purpose for a reason. And it's just like Celine touches certain people, you touch certain people, we all touch certain people in many different ways, and that's what it matters. It doesn't matter how many people hear it or what. It just means that somebody is touched. That's the way that I think about my content. When people come up to me and they talked about, like, if they were, for instance, in the hospital, or somebody they knew was going through chemo or something like that, and they would turn on my videos to watch, to laugh, or it would really brighten their days. Like, that's what matters, especially when we live in a world, especially in this industry, where everybody is so focus on making people feel small, you know, and always trying to downplay what somebody else does and their impact on the world. It doesn't matter if 1,000 people watch it or listen to it. As long as 1, 2, 3, 4 people listened and are impacted and it means something to them, that means I've done the job that I'm supposed to do.
You are that is a real word for this season and every day. That is the reminder. Thank you for that. Well, I'm gonna get your opinion on some things, on hot take. Here we go.
It's smoking.
So you put up the other day 3 outfits. You were going to see Miss Christmas herself.
Yes.
The one and only Miss Mariah Carey over at Madison Square Garden. Did you go to the show?
I did. I went to Madison Square Garden. I got to see the Holy Trinity.
So, firstly, did you have a blast? Did you have a good time? She sounds great. She is singing, y'all.
Listen, I religiously for like the past maybe like 5 years have gone to every holiday concert for Mariah Carey. I've done all the Beacon shows when I was in college. Then when I was living in LA, I would go to Vegas every year. Now I go to all the shows I went last year to both shows. Then I went this year. I can honestly say that this year was one of the best ones that I have been to. You know, Debbie Allen directed it. And the choreo, I mean, the whole production of it was so festive and warm and great. And yes, Mariah sounded magnificent.
So I'm obsessed. It's the greatest Christmas album ever. Mm-hmm. So you had 3 choices. So what did you had this choice?
Yes. I didn't wear that one. I wore that one to Shoshana Bean's concert.
I went to the
Apollo. Yes.
Which Shoshana, talk about a Christmas show. That series of shows through the years when she was with Cynthia, and now she does Fire. They're Fire concerts.
Yes.
Then your second option was the outfit from the White House.
Correct. Yes.
And this gorgeous red number. Did you wear one of them to Mariah?
So I went with the red, but I changed it up a little bit. I did the red jacket, but I did the white coat with it, and I wore black pants instead of the red pants. So I switched it up, you know.
I love this jacket. That jacket is fire.
Fire.
Well, you will have to be looking and following. You know, you got to follow the Kalen Allen on Instagram so you can stay up to date on all of these polls. Your Thanksgiving tips that came out, which were funny as hell. Are we gonna get? Is this a new series? Are we gonna get some Christmas tips as well?
You know that I do have a lot of holiday tips that are coming. Whether that is going through TSA at the airport, or if that is holiday shopping etiquette, you know, especially when, you know, a lot of people wait to the last minute. So I am already prepped and loaded to make sure that people know the do's and the don'ts of the holiday season.
Are you saying you're done?
Oh, I'm done, honey.
Me too. People make fun of me. No, I'm done. I don't want to wait till December 20th and max out my credit card. No.
Okay, but see, listen, this is what I do, and this is kind of messed up. Okay, so, you know, I get a lot of PR packages, right? So it's good stuff. It's good. The stuff I don't want, I just save it and turn it into a Christmas present. My mama, I got a closet full of stuff for my mama to take back to Kansas City.
It's perfect. Everyone needs their t-shirts and their set of glasses and all of the fun accoutrement you get through the year sent to you from all the
right, precisely.
Well, for this holiday season, to talk about the movies, and since you're here and you're like the pop culture person, you rented the theater the other day, you went to the premiere. What is it like to see the Renaissance filmed by Beyonce in theaters after you went and saw it live and in person and have been at the premiere?
You know, what is really amazing is, you know, as a little kid growing up, I often say that a lot of my work ethic to this day is because of Beyonce. As a kid, I used to study the concert films and the behind the scenes to see how she worked, to see how she thought, the way that she moved. And I was always inspired by her ability to always be better than the version of herself before, you know? And so I think I try to do that in my own life. And I'm so blessed now that I am a part of that Parkwood family, you know, and am closer to Beyonce in a way that I was not as a kid, you know? So the fact that I was able, because even with that specific movie theater rental, when I did the invites for everybody that I wanted to come, I thought of my friends that I see a little bit of Beyonce in. You know what I mean? It's like I saw people that are trailblazing their own path, you know, and are changing the world and adding a little sugar and spice to the everyday life. You know what I mean? And so it was important for me to invite them to be like, look at what is possible. You know, like she did it. Anybody can do it. You know, there is only one Beyonce, but I think the thing about Beyonce did not happen overnight. That takes hard work. It takes dedication. It takes sacrifice. It takes compromise. And I think if you are able to do that in your own life, you too can reach the magnitude of who Beyonce is.
So inspiring. The movie's inspired. She's inspiring. My students came up to me after and said, I feel inspired. She works so hard. I mean, if that's a lesson that we could all learn at a young age or any age, you know, nothing good comes easy. You got to put in that work.
Absolutely.
And then you saw The Color Purple.
Oh
my. Now I've seen The Color Purple too. People,
honey,
tell me, give me your hot take.
Okay, now I am a little biased. You know, I do have a personal relationship with Danielle Brooks, you know, but it was one of the most fulfilling things I had seen in a long time. I think also in an age where, you know, we were so streaming focused and, you know, cinema has changed. Like when I watched it, I was like, this is art. Like this entire thing from start to finish is an utter masterpiece. And the cast, every single person in this movie is absolutely stellar. Like I had never seen such a cohesive group of people, even when it came to the ensemble in the movie. I mean, the dancing, I was like, no one is off. Everybody is so in sync and together and cohesive. And what it reminded me of is when I remember, you know, doing shows growing up in musicals and plays and stuff like that. But if you're a theater kid, you've all done that one show where everybody involved cared so much about the show that there was something very special that it then transferred to the audience. That's what I felt. While I watched it, and there was a talk back afterwards with the cast, and you could just tell in the chemistry of that cast, it was like all of you care deeply about this story that you are telling, and I feel that through it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And this cat is stellar from top to bottom. Danny, just give Danny Brooks the Oscar. Just give her an
okay,
Oscar.
Listen, I text her. I said, ma'am. I said, honey, get ready. Get ready.
Give it to her. And I remember seeing Fantasia on Broadway do it, to wait this journey for her, the road to this moment, and this entire cast from Corey Hawkins and Taraji, everyone, but hands down, you must go check out The Color Purple this holiday.
Yes.
Whew. Kaylin, and then I see you rep hard for this holidays for the Ronald McDonald's House. And I feel they're so special to me. I didn't see until I checked out and stalked you on Instagram recently. $611 million is given by the Ronald McDonald's House.
Yes, you know, it is one of my favorite partnerships and one of my longest standing partnerships. I think for me, you know, growing up and being a kid and thinking about the innocence of that, you know, like I'm the type of adult, like I'm a Disney adult. You know, I love to go to Disney and go to Disney World. And I think about a lot of times my childhood, especially during the holidays. And I just think about how free it is to be a kid and the fact that so many kids don't get to have that experience, all because of things that are out of their control. If I am able to spend as much time as I can to go into these places, to bring a little bit of light, to bring a little bit of joy, to spend some time together. One of my favorites is we went to Cincinnati, Ohio, and which is where Ronald McDonald House Charities, you know, it has one of their biggest houses. And we did like, it was almost like a carnival to where we sang songs, we did face painting, we played with therapy pets, and it was just one of the most heartwarming things in the world to really do.
Oh, so when you go to McDonald's this holiday season and you get your Happy Meal or you get your Big Mac, make sure you put some money in that drive-thru or in that bin, because it really goes. As a child growing up, I was very sick with meningitis. We had to go to Baltimore, and we were there for 3 months in the Ronald McDonald's House. We toured it, we visited it, we saw the kids there. We would have been any more time there in that hospital, we would have been there. And to see the joy and the relief on the parents and these kids to have a safe place when they're going through the toughest times, it's a beautiful charity.
Yes, it absolutely is.
What are you doing for this holiday? What are you doing? Are you going to be here? Are you going to be away? Are you going home?
I will be here in New York, and I am not doing a single thing. Listen here. After this week, I have told my team, after my last traveling, I said, I'm no longer traveling anywhere. I said, anything that, if it is not a huge opportunity, I'm not going. I said, also, any invites that come in, I'm not attending. Decline. I don't want to do it. I want to sit in my house and lay on my couch. That is it.
Good. You better enjoy every damn second. You earned it.
Well, thank you.
Earned it. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. I wish you the best. Look, now I'm going to take this picture and I'm not, now we're not going to, Darius, Merry Christmas.
Okay.
No, you don't get a box.
Merry Christmas, Darius.
You saved me money. You just saved me money.
Amen.
We'll be following. We'll be streaming the music. It's the perfect song to listen to when you're in the car, wrapping gifts, going to the mall, whatever you're doing this holiday season at your holiday dinner. And we'll be waiting for more to come from you. It's always a joy and honor to talk to you. Thank you so much for being here.
Of course. No, thank you so much. Have a wonderful holiday.
I was cold, so I put the hoodie on. But it's still green, so it's still festive. How funny is that? See, saving me money. No gifts. Who else wants a shout out? If you're on my list, then you can get a shout out too, and then I won't spend money on you. Mike, Merry Christmas, Mike. Gloria Gaynor is going to shout you out on the next roundtable. I love this idea. It's yes, Kalen Allen really has done it all. He's talented, entertaining, and inspirational for sure. Samantha wants 5K, and she's a lot of New Year's resolutions, and she admits that she does not follow them. Because no one does. That's the point of a resolution. They're garbage. No one follows them. Hi, Matthew. Matthew, North Carolina. Whoop, 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 whoop. Our friend Matthew. And A loves Kaylin, says the sweet. So if you joined us late, well, this is the shirt that Mike bought me for my birthday. See, straight out of my 30s. Not true. I don't know who he's talking about, but I know it's not me. Oh, I lost my hat. So Julie Benko is here. I'm a mess. I'm such a mess, y'all. So, hold on. So Julie Benko is here, and Julie Benko is in Harmony right now on Broadway. And Mike and me met her at the press day, and Adrian and me met her at the red carpet, and then Adrian and me went and saw the show, and then Julie came on the show to talk about her Christmas EP. So while you're still here, and I think Christine saw Harmony too, sneak your little selves. I love a big sweatshirt. I'm gonna live in this for the next 10 days. This is it. I'm just gonna be in the sweatshirt, and I'm just gonna be enjoying my time. Julie was here during the time when I had musical theater class in Harseman School in North Bergen. So what better than to have the kids write down questions and talk. Well, I talked to Julie Benko. Take a peek. It's kind of cute. And I look homeless. Well, we started a brand new thing here where we talk to some of our greatest and favorite performers right here after school in the Harseman Drama Club. And the students are here. Say hello, everyone. And one of their biggest questions and biggest thoughts is, what is it like to be on Broadway? And we have the one, the only Julie Benko, who just so happens, everyone, to have Christmas music coming out, an EP of Christmas music that you need to stream wherever music is heard on December 1st. Julie Benko, welcome.
Hi.
Well, Julie, I know we are going to be the most unique interview you've done all day. I promise you that. Congratulations. When I saw you on the red carpet of Harmony, we talked about the EP that's coming out. It is so beautiful. I had a sneak peek. What made you think that this was the year that you needed to put out a Christmas EP?
Well, it's never too early, I think, to put out a Christmas, or late. I have been making albums with my husband, Jason, who is a pianist and a composer. I met him in a Starbucks 11 years ago. I walked in and he was sitting there at a table, and he looked at me like this. and it sat next to, I was waiting for a phone call. I had done a bad audition that didn't go well, and I was waiting for a phone call. It was cold. It was January. I sat down, and I sat next to him, and I heard him on the phone saying, yeah, I'm a jazz pianist and I play with singers all the time. And I had this gig coming up, and I wasn't sure if the guy that I usually worked with could do it. And so I said, should I say something? And so when he got off the phone, I said, excuse me, I overheard you saying you're a pianist, I'm a singer, and I love jazz. And he was like, oh my God, she loves jazz. She's perfect. So we ended up becoming friends and making music together. We got together a year later, and then he really encouraged me to start recording albums. That's like, as a musician, what he does. And he helped produce my first album, and then we made a duo album together. And then we were thinking about what we wanted to do next. And I had this idea of wanting to do Christmas music, that like a whole album of Christmas songs that were written by Jewish composers, because I'm Jewish, and I feel like, you know, that's actually an often overlooked thing where they go, oh my God, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is by a Jewish composer. And I mean, all of your favorites, really. And then I realized that I am also a Jewish composer. So I decided to write my own Christmas song to add to the holiday canon. And originally we were just going to record, we were doing a concert last year at 54 Below. And we debuted the song, and Jason said, let's record it, you know, as a single, since we don't have time to do like a whole album. But then we said, well, we have these other arrangements we did for the concert, and we're there. We might as well just record them. And then we were like, well, let's just record another. And then suddenly it became 4 songs, and it was an EP. So,
well, they sound so good. Your arrangement, and you know, your husband, if you don't know, has his own music, and go find him and follow him. He is such a brilliant piano player.
He is. He's a serious jazz musician. Like, he goes like, you know, I mean, he is serious.
Well, the arrangements on this album and the chord structure and the crunchy harmony parts that are being played, everything on the album is beautiful from top to bottom. Your version of Man with the Bag, the song that we all know, but your vocals, what you do at the end of the song and how you soar and the optioning up and the jazzy influences that you have in it, it's a must add to your holiday playlist. Everybody's going to go stream it when we're done. What was it like in the studio to record it? And how do you take something we've heard so many times and have the confidence to put your own spin on it?
Well, actually, have you seen the music video yet for that?
I sure have.
So I got that we were gonna do it for that concert, and Jason and I were sitting around in our living room coming up with things where he was playing stuff, and I said, oh, I like that. Let's put that in, you know, and let's have sleigh bells and all these things. And we were working on the arrangement, and then I came up with this idea. I said, I was sitting backstage at Funny Girl, and I said, you know, I was watching, it was Christmas season, and I was watching the Peanuts, you know, the Snoopy, and I was like, I love anime, I love the Peanuts, and I love all these, you know, Charlie Brown characters, and I love Charlie Brown Christmas, and wouldn't it be great to create our own animation? And I thought Man with the Bag was such a perfect story for that, you know, for that medium. And so I found this animator in Italy. Her name is Sara Soncini. She had done animation for a music video for another friend of mine. And I reached out to her, and I was like, I have all these ideas. And she said, I love them. Let's do it. And so the idea that I came up with, that I actually developed while I was sitting in the treehouse with my Funny Girl standbys and swings, was like, what if everybody's animated, everybody in the band is animated as sort of Snoopy-like characters. And then, you know, the Man with the Bag, Santa's bringing them their stuff. And then when they open it, it's their musical instrument. And then when they play their instrument, they turn into the live version of themselves in the studio. And then they have a big jam session together. And what if the Man with the Bag was actually not a man at all, but your favorite, you know, Jewish lady on Broadway? So we came up with the idea, and then that actually led to some arrangement ideas in the music. Once we had that idea, we were like, oh, what if we modulate the key? And so we raise it up a half step to make it sound really exciting, because the band is all really excited to be playing together. And so actually the visual art started to, you know, influence the audio art. And then we, you know, before we recorded it, we had the idea. So I was like running around trying to get pajamas for everybody in the band to wear so that they could have something to be animated in, you know, for the artist to work with. And so I was ordering all of these like adult men's onesies on Amazon so that I knew there would be stuff that would fit everybody. And then I just returned them when we were done.
That's my shit. Any photo shoot with me, those clothes go right back.
Yeah, I mean, no shame. I was just, but I was saying like, oh, if you have something you like, bring it. And so I had this giant suitcase full of like Christmas apparel for everybody to wear in July. Like everybody's sweating profusely in their Christmas onesies and pajamas, and but they were all good sports, and we had a really good time. And it was very funny though, because it was like July, which is the season where everybody records their holiday songs. And I wrote to our mixing engineer at the recording studio, and I said, do you have sleigh bells there, or do we need to bring some? And he said, we don't, but actually you're like the fourth person who's asked me in 2 days, so we're gonna go get some sleigh bells, because July is the season where we need sleigh bells for the recording studio.
Christmas literally in July. You could have kept those onesies and sold them next to the fake pocketbooks outside the Barrymore every night.
Signed onesies.
And speaking of the Christmas album, we'd be remiss to not talk about Michael Kilgore and you, and I Never Had a Christmas With You. You told us on the red carpet, you wrote it in the closet backstage at Funny Girl.
Yeah.
Such a beautiful song. What was the inspiration behind writing your own holiday classic?
So I got the idea for the melody while I was on the subway on the way to Funny Girl, and I just started singing it into a voice memo in my phone so I wouldn't forget it, and writing down all the lyrics. And the story that sort of came to me was, oh, well, because I grew up without Christmas. We didn't have a tree or Santa, and I really I was sad about that. Like I wrote letters to Santa asking why he wouldn't come to our house, and my parents were like, get over it, he's not coming. and they're like, you have Hanukkah, and look, Hanukkah is lovely, but it's no Christmas. And I got Christmas when I married, when I started dating Jason, and I went over to his family. They invited me over for their Christmas, and we've been doing that now for 10 years. And it is so magical. Christmas morning is like, everybody knows this, everybody knows this. But so I wrote this song thinking about my first Christmas with Jason. And obviously I'd done Christmas gift exchanges with my friends at school, and I'd gone over to my friends' houses and decorated their trees, but I'd never gotten it for myself. And so, so I wrote the song about that. And then while we were thinking about recording it, suddenly I remembered Michael Kilgore, Michael has one of the most incredible voices ever, and he is an incredible musician. And he and I had met doing a reading of a new musical many years ago at NYU's Graduate Musical Theater Writing Program. And we were instantly big fans of each other. We were just you're amazing. No, you're amazing. I love you. And then a few years went by, and I won this singing competition down in Savannah, Georgia, called the American Traditions Vocal Competition. And then a few years later, he won the same competition. So we both are the gold medal winners. So we were sort of running in those circles and seeing each other again. And then I was hearing his voice on this music. I was I wrote it with this sort of retro soul feel, and he does R&B stuff so well. And, he's a real riffer. I don't really riff, but I was I could just hear him on it. And I was I'd love to sing this with him. And then I walked out. I'm going to write him an email tomorrow. And then I got on the subway, and he was sitting there, and I was Michael, I was just about to write you an email tomorrow. I have this song that I want to do as a duet with you. And he was I'm in, I'm doing it. He hadn't even listened. And he was yes, I'll be there. And so I said, great, I'll email you later. And yeah. So that's how
fate.
That was born.
That is literally fate. Sometimes it just smacks you right. Your husband you met at the Starbucks over a Frappuccino, and you see Michael on the subway. And
I have really sort of, I think you need to just get out of your house is what I've learned. If you want to if you want to make anything happen, just leave your apartment, which is hard for me now. I think since COVID, I'm oh, I like my apartment.
Well, I seen you out and about, when we were over at Harmony a week ago, and we sat in the second row. Get good seats, get front row. It's a whole experience to see some of the audience interaction. It's very touching and moving. And the story, as we said,
think there's something about sitting up close at Harmony that makes it more. I agree, because I haven't gotten to see it, but I've had friends come and they've sat in the back and then they've sat in the front. And there's something about sitting up close for this show where, because I think it's so emotional, where you can really see what's going on in everyone's eyes and faces really up close. It's like really moving.
Well, it is such a moving night of theater. And
Thelonious, do you want to say hi to Thelonious?
Yes,
Monk?
we want to see the pets. Of course we do.
Hi, say
kitty
hello.
Cats. Look, we love a cat.
This is Monkey the cat.
Oh. Wait, big reaction. The star of this chat.
The star of the Man with the Bag music video. He plays Rudolph, the red-nosed cat. Yes.
Well, speaking of, well, while we're here, we just want to make sure everyone knows Christmas with You, wherever music is heard, to stream it, and we're fans. And while we're here, everyone with their cell phones in the school, you'll follow Julie on social media, Julie B on Instagram. Take them out. Go ahead, follow away. When you are starting out, and some of the questions here, where we're gonna do round robin here.
Okay.
Are you ready for your questions? Here we go. Valeria wants to know what was the moment where you made it or felt like you made it on Broadway? What was it like when you got the call that you got your Broadway job?
I got my first Broadway job. I was doing Les Mis, the second revival. And I have to tell you, I had done the tour and they cast the Broadway production and I was in final callbacks and I didn't get it. And I was devastated. I thought it was the only chance I'd ever have to be on Broadway. And then they were in previews. And I got a call one day, I just out of nowhere, and they said, somebody has been injured. Can you be at the theater tomorrow and be in the show tomorrow night? And that's what happened. So I had about 45 minutes of rehearsal, and I was in the show. And I was standing backstage, and I heard, before my big show, boom, 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 and I started crying, like, oh my God, I made it. This is my dream. And then I walked out on stage, and I looked around. And I went, oh, it's the same thing I've been doing for my whole life. Like once you get out there and you look at it, you go, oh, it's a theater. I'm in costumes. I'm wearing the same costumes I wore on the tour. Like, it doesn't actually feel that different once you're on the Broadway stage. It's that idea, But
you've put in tons of work and schooling and went to school for this and really honed your craft and how important that was. Did you get judged? This was a question. Did you get judged because you wanted to be? Did people tell you you couldn't do it? Or were there people who said, you need a backup, you're never going to make it, it's too hard?
Do you know the number of times my mother told me to go to medical school? It was like every 3 weeks until I booked Funny Girl.
No, even on Broadway, she was still telling you, go to medical school, be a doctor. Yeah.
Now she's like, I think you can stay and be a doctor.
Another question, do you like auditions, and how does it feel when you don't get the part that you've auditioned for?
I do not like auditions. That said, I've come to a different sort of experience for auditioning where when I go to an audition, I do not think that I'm going to get the part. And some people think like, oh, she's being so negative. I'm not. I literally just go, oh, I'm not getting this part. I'm just going to go in and do the best job I can do and have a good time and try to make a fan of the director or the casting director or the music director, whoever's in the room, because probably I'm not going to get the part because of my height or my hair color or my whatever. There's so much outside of my control. But I know that if I do a good job, then they'll call me back when I am right. So I just go in and think of it that way. And if I get a callback or I get the job, then it's a pleasant surprise. And if I don't hear, then I've managed my expectations and I don't get so disappointed, because it is hard. Like, you just hear no most of the time.
Yes. And we were explaining this the other day here, that it doesn't mean that you're not the most talented, or you may just not be the right person for this moment. So
Exactly.
We just got up and did a scene. We just did some sides in class, and they were struggling with laughing. So is there a moment where you have to work on not reacting to a mistake or something funny that happens? And how do you stay, especially with a serious show like Harmony, in the moment where you don't break that fourth wall and have a good old chuckle?
I've seen it happen on Broadway, and sometimes the audience loves it. I mean, and sometimes you're in a comedy and sometimes, and it's sort of okay. But I remember, I was doing I Am Woman, You Are a Man in Funny Girl, and Ramin Karimloo leaned over on the chair and it broke in half. And he couldn't sing. He was cracking up and the audience was cracking up and I was cracking up. It happens. And those kinds of moments are really often really fun for the audience to enjoy. But that said, I think when it doesn't serve the scene, you just want to, you have to be kind to yourself and like, let it go and say like, okay, that happened. We're getting the giggles out. And now I'm just going to take a breath and recommit to the story we're telling and just keep going. The audience will follow.
That's it. And that's what we did. What was the first Ethan wants to know, what was the first musical that you ever was in as a youngster?
I played, I don't know if this was the first, but I know that I played Henri the Pigeon in An American Tale, the musical. I had a French accent.
That's showing my age. An American Tale is going back to that.
Never say never, whatever you do. I still know the song. I was 7, I think.
7 years old. See, 7 years old. So how many years? So you've been doing this as this Santiago here who watches this show every week, Santiago student. You've been doing this for a moment. You've devoted your life.
Yes, but I will say I didn't think of it seriously until I was in high school. And I was a freshman in high school and I did a local production of Fiddler on the Roof at the JCC. And that is when really everything sort of changed for me. I met my first acting teacher who was the director of the show. And she sat me down and said, I think you could do this if you want to take it seriously. And I was like, what? I just thought about it as something fun. And I didn't even know you could have a career as being an actor, really. And so then I really started to, all my summers, I was doing summer youth theater in my area, and I was doing community theater, and I was doing all my school shows, and it became, I was addicted to it. I got the bug and I couldn't stop, and I just knew that I wasn't happy unless I was surrounded by theater people, working on something, collaborating with people. And I, decided to go study it in college, and then I got my first professional job when I was 19. I was on the Spring Awakening national tour.
My first show was The Sound of Music at the JCC on the Palisades in Tenafly, New Jersey. You're in Connecticut. I'm in Jersey. It's the same thing. That's where all artists start. Keisha wants to know that your first big role, that first big spotlight, were you nervous or were you scared? I know, and we talked about your journey a little because the past few years have been quite a rocket ship for Julie Benko. You got a lot of attention. You took over a very big show, and you're now in another very big show. How do you deal with the nerves or the pressure of being in this spotlight?
Yes, I get stage fright, and the first time I really experienced stage fright, I was playing Cosette in Les Mis on the national tour, and I didn't have stage fright until one day, like the director was visiting. And it made me get in my head, and I forgot all my words. And I just said, in my life, and I just like sang no words. And after that, I got really bad stage fright for about a month. And I would stand in the wings and I would start sweating and freaking out and thinking, I can't do this. And then it's about a month after that horrible experience, I had this realization. I said, if I do this because I love it, and if I want to make myself miserable, then I can go make a lot of money doing something else. This is something that I love. So I'm going to choose to not take it that seriously. And I will say that I try to remind myself of that when it comes back up. I also have a thing called angel cards, which are these little cards that I just got on Amazon, actually, but they have a little word on them like adventure or surrender or love or play. These words so I'll pick one or two before a show. And I found that they really help me with my stage fright, because that way I can think of it as, okay, today my character is just going to play. And I think of it as an acting exercise, not so much as a personal affirmation, but it's like, well, what does it look like when Fanny is playing in that scene that's actually sort of serious, and it brings out different colors. But more importantly, it really just, when I get nervous, I have somewhere for my brain to go and grab, something to grab onto. Because if you just say, don't be nervous, all you'll do is be nervous.
Absolutely. And Fanny you were, and now Harmony you are, and Christmas is out, and just
Christmas is here.
just like Barry, Barbara, and Bet. sometimes the best Christmas music and the best written Christmas music come from people who have not always celebrated it. And in this time, just me saying, I think we all need to be as together about peace and love and harmony more than ever.
Absolutely.
And the work that you're doing in all aspects is all about that. And I am such a fan because you can sing your face off. And so Christmas with You is here. Julie Benko is here. Make sure you stream the album wherever you hear music this holiday season. Get a ticket. Come down to see Harmony at newmusical.com and come see her in Harmony. It's gorgeous. Her duet with Sierra Boggess is gorgeous. And we'll be following you on Instagram. And we're so grateful that you spent some time with us and answered some of our questions. What do we say, everybody?
Thank you.
We appreciate you so much, and we'll see you on stages and screens and be streaming real soon.
Wow, favorite interview ever.
You're the best. Thank you so much. There you have it. How cute is she? How cute are the kids? And yes, she is a strong female character and a really important character for sure. Christine says Julie Benko is a bright star. Not only is Julie talented, but a kind and beautiful soul. She's incredible. Best wishes with her holiday album. I want to wish you all from the bottom of my heart as we wrap up this 2023 and we move on to 2024 and time is just flying by, that I thank you all for an amazing year with me, for streaming my music, for coming to my shows, and for watching us every single week. We're about to celebrate 2 years of the Roundtable. You know, at the end of the year, those things give out like you see them, Spotify Unwrapped and all of this. Well, the YouTube Unwrapped for the Roundtable told us that this show this year has been streamed 325,000. Am I wrong? I'm going to get you the exact number because I want to do us justice, because it's all thanks to you and the people who watch this mess. So the overview, the views for the past year is 366,443 views, 366,000 this year. So from me to you, thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of it. I wish you the happiest and healthiest new year. I wish you the merriest Christmas, happy holidays. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for being a part of. You are the gift every single week and every single day. I'm so grateful to be here with you. I'll see you right after New Year's that Thursday when we're here with the one and only Courtney Reed, who's starring right now as the lead in Moulin Rouge. Plus so many actors, singers, comedians, performers are going to be here. Merry Christmas, y'all. Happy New Year. The best is yet to come. And I look forward to all the adventures. Till next time. Bye, everybody. Have the best holiday. Good night.